Nama everyone. So now today we will start with the reading of the lesson, The Talkative Barber. So now before we start reading the story, long ago, a sultan whose name was Shahryar ruled over a large kingdom. His queen was a good storyteller. Each night she would tell a story to the king. She narrated ancient Persian and Arabic folk stories. This is one of the stories from the Arabian Nights. So long ago, there was a sultan whose name was Shahryar. So he was ruling over a very large kingdom. Now his queen was a very good storyteller. She used to tell good stories to him. On the night of their marriage, she started telling the king a tale, but she did not end it. Now the next night, as soon as she finishes the tale, she begins another one. And the king becomes very eager to hear the conclusion of that tale as well. So this goes on and on for 1001 nights, right? And that's how Arabian Nights were compiled. Arabian Nights is also known as 1001 Nights. It is a collection of Middle Eastern folk tales which are compiled in Arabic language during the Islamic Golden Age. So often in English it is known as Arabian Nights. So the story that we are going to read today is from the Arabian Nights. It is one of the stories from that compilation. So let's start reading. In the city of Kashgar lived a barber who was a great talker. Once, the Sultan called the barber to shave his head. The barber started talking non-stop instead of shaving him. The Sultan got angry. When are you going to stop talking and begin to do your work? So a barber used to live in the city of Kashgar. Now he had a habit of talking a lot. One day, the Sultan called the barber to shave his head. But instead of doing his job, the barber kept on talking and talking to the Sultan. So the Sultan got very much irritated and asked him why he was such a chatterer. When is he going to stop talking and begin to do the work for which he was called? The barber replied, "You do me an injury by calling me a chatterer. For everyone says I am very quiet. I have 6 brothers, whom you might call chatterers. Their names are Backbone, Bakbaria, Bakbak, Alkuz, Alnashi, and Shakabak." So the barber denied that he was injured when the Sultan called him a chatterer, because he is not one. He had 6 other brothers who were chatterers and not him. Their names were Bakbone, Bakbaria, Bakbak, Alkuz, Alnashi, and Shakabak. One is humbacked, one is toothless, one is half blind, one is quite blind, one is deaf, and the other has a defect in his speech, and they are all great talkers. But I am the youngest of my family, and I am very quiet and sparing with words. So he goes on and he says that one of his brother is humpbacked. He has a hump on his back, like a camel. The other one is toothless. He has no teeth. One of them is half blind. One is very much blind. He cannot see at all. One of them is deaf. He cannot hear. And the other one had a defect in his speech. So his speech was very defective. So he says all of these things to Sultan. So now what happens after that? We'll be reading about that in the next video, so stay tuned. Thank you so much.